What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Flex Money back with another YouTube video, and today we got the most heated GOAT debate on the panel has ever had. Now, if you're new, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I don't know if I said it already, but make sure you like, comment, subscribe. What else? I'm not streaming right now. I'm recording. This is a recording. This is just strictly YouTube. I'll be live later. But besides the point, man. Yeah, I be watching the panel. This is my first time reacting to them, but it was like I was gonna watch it, so I might as well just press the record button. You feel me? But nah, I ain't gonna lie. Look, you wanna see this? I'm not gonna lie. Nigga talking about the most heated, and I ain't gonna lie. I watched the first 2 minutes. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta watch it. I gotta react to this. I got to. I know it's something I want to react to, but you can react to anything you want, bro. Let's be honest. Like, come on. But enough yapping, because I ain't gonna lie. I just yapped. But let's get into the video, man. Let's see what they talking about. Hey, let's go, chill.
In the final, I think all of it matters because winning championships is so much about, you know, the era you played in, timing, luck, playing the right basketball at the right time. There's so many variables that go into it. So for the measuring stick of individual greatness to be rings for so long, which is a team accomplishment, to me, the conversation's far healthier now.
I'm gonna put my Twitch and a link in the description down below, so make sure you go click the Twitch button, go over there. I'm over there half of the time, and I'm gonna put my TikTok in there. I've been starting to go live on TikTok, and I ain't gonna lie, TikTok low-key might be the move for me. Feel me? You never know, but let's go.
We take the totality of a player's career, when we mix in the longevity, when we mix in the All-NBA selections, when we mix in the All-Stars, when we mix in how good this guy's been, how long he's done it. You know, I think it's a healthier conversation now.
It did.
But I'm not saying none of that you're wrong with anything. My only thing when it comes to this GOAT shit, and I've said it a lot of times, and I'm gonna say it again, when you are large and by far the best player in the NBA, that means you are dominant to an extent that nobody else is. When you are labeled as the GOAT, that means you are dominant, much better than everybody else that's playing at that moment in time. Your ability to dominate should lead to winning, i.e. Shaq, i.e. Kobe, i.e. it was a point where Dwayne Wade was so dominant, it led to him winning a championship in that dirt throughout those playoffs. My only thing is, if your dominance doesn't lead to winning championships, I got to question it at some point. I do. Y'all might hate it, y'all might not like it, but like Bill Russell was able to rattle off those championships because he was dominant. Magic and Kareem were that dominant. Jordan was so dominant that couldn't nobody fuck with him in the 90s. Every time he got to that point, you knew it was clockwork. You knew he was bringing that championship back.
But he had the best team. You right, Ron. You right.
LeBron ain't had best teams.
No, come on, bro. Hold on. And,
go ahead. LeBron ain't had best teams.
That's
he
did. That was for a minute. And they won. With Miami.
Had 4 straight years playing with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. When he was in Miami,
this cap shit. There's no cap, nigga. I'm saying when he was in Miami, they won 2. They won, and they won champions.
They won without him. Okay, you could say he ran in South Beach. Are they winning? Is Chris Bosh and D Wade going to win without Bron? They needed Bron to get the rings, right? But I know what you're saying, so.
Shit.
They won 4.
And they won championships. They won championships.
Talk about
the
Spurs are in stack.
Hold Just keep having a conversation.
Bro, do you know who's on that? Yeah, well, bro, my bro right here. Nigga.
Let's just keep 2 championships away.
Okay. So keep moving with the conversation.
Michael would never. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would never.
Would never lose.
He just said Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would never. Good God Almighty, dog. Oh my God. Oh my. I know he just didn't say Kareem. I know he just said Kareem would never. I know that's not what bro just said. Hey. Yeah, we're gonna be this is gonna be a long video. I'm sorry. This might be an hour video. I'm sorry. Did he just say Kareem? Come on, bro.
Lose a championship? You just
lied. Would never choke away a championship.
Okay, so let's keep having a real conversation.
No,
about
don't let him off the hook.
I'm not. Hold on. Hold on. Because we having a conversation about what they're talking about. If we're gonna talk about being dominant, if you're gonna talk about being dominant and winning champions and winning. That's what these dudes are doing. But there comes an extent of getting there. Bro, really so for instance, when y'all talk about LeBron James losing in finals, I don't think that's a knock. I think it's about winning. You're carrying teams to as far as you can go without winning the championship.
Where you carrying teams through?
What do you mean?
A desolated East. Just to run our record, get your ass
that's desolated. We're talking. No. This is we're talking about.
Matters till it doesn't
we're talking about the NBA. We're talking about the NBA. You play who's in front of you in the National Basketball Association. There is no oh, that was weak or that was weak. These are NBA players. That's so if you beat them, you beat them.
On the Knicks. They're still in the East
if you beat them, you beat them. I'm not. What I'm saying is championships matter.
Up to par.
I think you have to win. You have to win to be talked about as a GOAT. That was my pushback.
Did it in the West.
So talk, I think
I bet he wouldn't have came out West and went to 10 straight championships.
Real talk, I think
agree with that, but that doesn't.
He wouldn't have 6 finals much longer. I guarantee that too.
It doesn't finish the player that LeBron James is. See, this is what
it doesn't.
We trying to have a real conversation right now.
I'm having a real conversation.
Okay, so stop yelling. Stop yelling. No, you're not. No, you're not at all. No, you're not. Because you're hearing one thing you don't like and you just bugging out. Just listen. What I'm saying is when Damian said that, I push back on that. I don't care what the circumstances are. You have to win to be talked about as the GOAT. Luka Doncic don't get no championships. He not in this conversation. He not in this conversation without no rings, right?
Absolutely.
So my thing is you have to win some rings, but I can see where, for instance, LeBron James getting to 10 conference championships to me is an accomplishment. Like I think that's a big deal. I hate the fact that you get more disrespect for losing in the conference champion or losing in the finals than you do for losing in the first round. Like it don't that's never made sense to me.
So dumb.
And I think to Real Talk's point, the fact that James was in the NBA championship as much as he was in the NBA championship, since we're on the subject of the
nigga gets bro. They bring up the finals record, right? So say Jordan made it to the finals 10 times, right? He got 6 rings, right? Okay, say you could put 4 losses on him. He has final okay, but I know he's still positive, but the nigga criticized him. He made it to the playoffs, the finals more, bro.
Being in the GOAT.
That's not, you can't use that in a GOAT debate, obviously. I'm just saying, like,
conversation. The fact that he was there as much. There has to be the notion, well, wow, this guy is here this much. He has to be awesome. right? It's not just a coincidence that he's just showing up every year. He has to be awesome if he's here every year. Even if you don't like basketball, even if you don't really know much about basketball, but if you have just come across it after the second or the third time, then we get to the fifth time or the sixth time, and this guy is still here. Who is this guy, James? What is he doing in the championship again? It's like Tom Brady. It's almost like every year you see the Super Bowl, you see him in the Super Bowl, and you're like, wow, this guy must be awesome. Even if I don't know much about football, it seems like this guy's in the championship every year, or he's close to the championship every year. So he must be awesome.
Yo, all right, my fault for the ads. My fault for the ads.
Yeah, and LeBron James. When I say context matters, though, it's because, to Mars's point, the game has gotten better. It's been harder to win, right? So when we look at LeBron's career, he's been to the finals 10 times. But when you look back and you break it down year by year, you understand why he hasn't got 6 or 7. Because in 2007, none of us expected him to beat the Spurs, right?
We only
2011,
do this
I'll
with
give
LeBron
it 21.
James,
they should have. Hold on a second.
We do this with LeBron
They should have
and
won in
KD.
2011.
That's it.
Not
I
true.
swear to God, we only do this with LeBron and KD. What we walk down the timeline.
What do we only do, Ron?
Hold on.
Please,
This
what
is still gets done with
LeBron
Will
and
Chamberlain,
KD.
by the way.
What do we
When we walk down
Andrew
the whole timeline and say they didn't win this year because of this. They didn't win this year because of this. This guy got injured. This team happened this way. This free agent went there. Oh, they didn't get this player. Oh, this happened. Yada, yada, yada. We only
I want to make it clear that I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm saying,
we should do it with everyone. We should do it with everyone.
But no. See. Oh, that was it. That was it though. That mean, like, so the injury thing. The injury thing is the only thing where I'm like, you don't get a pass for that because that's just a part of the game. That's just a part of the game. That shit happens. But I'm not giving Bron no bail or walking down his career saying, well, he lost because of this or he lost because Tim Duncan and the Spurs. You don't get no pass. All I'm saying is I still think it's an accomplishment to make it to the finals. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, you lost, you got your ass kicked.
I think context has to matter. That's my thing. And I think context has to matter. When guys are injured in the finals, when all these things happen, like I think it has to matter, man. Like Steph has 5.
No. Bron so damn great. He gotta do it himself. That's why the fuck they bring
the Warriors.
That's why y'all bring out he ran to Cleveland. Ran to Miami. That's why y'all say that. Y'all have nothing else to say. That's why that's y'all excuse. And y'all know that's an excuse. That's just an excuse. Literally. Like, that shit really sounds stupid.
Is undecimated in 29.
Like, if Bron not there, they're not winning. Even with we got Chris Bosh and D Wade as a duo, they're not winning.
19. You know, LeBron probably has another in 2015 if Kyrie and Kevin Love are there.
That excuse they make Bron. Ray Allen say Bron. Who scored the most? Who scored? Like, I don't know how many points in a row, but who would score most of the fourth quarter? All right, then.
Like, there's so many things that it's very to me it's disingenuous if we look on the surface and say, you know, LeBron went 10 times, he only won 4, he can't be the greatest. I think that I think it's disingenuous to think about that. I think context does matter with stuff.
If you do the injury thing, it gets a lot deeper than that. Because there's so many players that can
go. For sure.
There's so many. You know where that goes, real talk. I know you gonna hate it, but you know where that goes.
I think,
you know who to go now.
That's part of the reason why championships shouldn't be the be all end all, because like so many things out. If we're talking about the greatest players, so many things outside of the individual's control happen.
Are we talking about injuries? Who to go?
Good or bad, that like we're starting to attribute things that have nothing to do with their ability to play the sport to how great they are.
Yeah, you got 2015. Kyrie and Kayla. Oh my God, they would have won in 2015. I'm telling you that now.
If I'm like, we'll use LeBron as it. By the way, I was trying to compliment LeBron. I was saying LeBron is so great that the bar for greatness got shifted because he was changing the mold. Like he wasn't as successful.
And then Ron,
but he was
goofy
so
ass
great.
get in the conversation.
Yeah, so I want to make
no. Hold on. No, I gotta make it clear. I want to make it clear. I want to make it clear. Hold on, right quick, Mars. I'm not hating on LeBron.
Yes,
I'm merely bringing up things and passes that he only gets. Yes, Mars is right. LeBron was so great. He went to 10 straight championships. Nobody's done that. LeBron was so great. He did change the GOAT conversation and narrative. And he was so great that he's done certain things. My only thing that I'm saying is that, because Damian, you can't have it one way and not get it the other way.
No, Ron, you can't have it one way.
Hold on, real talk. Let me make my point. You don't even know what I'm about to say. You don't even know what I'm about to say. You don't even know what I'm about to say. Hold on. Wait. No. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point, and then you can respond. Let me finish my point. You don't even know what I'm about to say. And then after that, you can cook me however you want.
Go ahead, Ron.
One mic, man. Damn. Come on. Let him talk. Let him say his bullshit.
All I'm saying is you can't have it one way and not look at it the other way if the tables were turned. Because my only thing is, if LeBron wins both of those Heat rings and he does get 6, now what is the conversation? If LeBron does clutch up and not choke against the Mavs, who actually happened to be injured, Caron Butler wasn't playing. If he doesn't do that, what is the conversation? Yep. If LeBron does win that second one against the Spurs, what is the conversation? If LeBron does,
you're right. That's why I'm like, damn, Bron, you really could have 6, but you should have like 6 rings right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Bron, you know what I mean, bro? You know what I mean, fun, but you should not have lost 2011 for sure. Somebody bring up 2011, you got it for sure. I'm gonna agree with you. Everything you said, he was dog shit. I'm gonna agree with you. That nigga, you should have 5+ rings right now, gang. Dead ass. They like, damn, how did you lose that? If you play like LeBron, if you average at least even probably 22, bro, just if you just play like the year you played, bro. Nigga could have like 6-7 rings right now, bro.
Does win one of those other rings, what is the conversation? If LeBron had 7 rings, we wouldn't even be able to have a conversation. Sure. So my only point is we can't have it one way and not have it the other. Yeah. If my thing is, when you get to that point, you have to win. You are the GOAT, right? Yep. You are this great. You are the best player in the league. You are the most dominant. If you get to that point, what if Jordan doesn't make those 2 shots?
So if that's the case, then Ron, okay, Ron, everything.
Wait, please. Yeah, I was saying, I guess. Ron, you personally cannot be the one making this argument because number one, you don't even have Michael Jordan as your GOAT. Your GOAT is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And I don't have LeBron James.
Wait, stop, shut up. I just shut up for you. Be quiet.
Go ahead.
This is what happened. You don't even have Michael Jordan as your GOAT. Your GOAT is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And you talking about shifting standards and expectations to meet GOAT standards? Number one, Kareem has 4 of his 6 championships. He wasn't even the best goddamn player on the team. In the era in championships, he wasn't even the best goddamn player on the team. In the era in which he was the most dominant, he had 1 ring in the 70s. That was also with Oscar Robinson. And then when he got to LA, he didn't win shit until Magic Johnson got on his team. Another, for you, probably top 5 player of all time. And then, like I said, after the 80, was it 1980 when they won a championship?
Yeah, he won the league MVP.
After that year, he was no longer the best player on that team.
But he was dope. You can say what you want, real talk, nigga. Don't act like Kareem wasn't still the man though. I don't care who you talking to. You sitting up here lying, talking shit that ain't true. Kareem was still a dump down, give you 30 on the block. But I'm gonna learn you. I'm gonna teach you something. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was still on the block, driving you 30. You need to watch basketball, nigga. Stop lying to the people. Stop lying to the people. Then you just uncoachable. You just uncoachable. That's a you problem. That's a you problem.
That's a you problem. Magic Johnson was the best player on those.
You better do some research.
Magic Johnson was the best player on those championship teams. 4 of his 5 rings in Los Angeles. I don't know why you keep doing this.
I don't know about 82. I don't know about 82.
Shut up. So
3 for sure. 3 for sure. But
okay,
and we could do that same thing with Bron too. And we can do that same thing with Bron too.
Ron.
I can nitpick and do that with Bron. Yes, I can, Mars. Yes, I can.
At best, Ron. At best, Kareem was the best player on only half of his championship teams.
Okay.
Okay,
but we can put context to that, right? But we can put context to it.
Stop. Hey, now you want to add context to shit. So what I'm saying is the standard for being the GOAT, at least when you're talking about winning and winning championships, hasn't it also been that you have to be the best player?
Not just on the champ, not just on the.
Michael Jordan was the best player on all of his championship teams.
But so then Kobe's GOAT case is cooked. So Kobe's GOAT case is cooked. Go ahead.
This isn't just about championships.
The best,
right. I think the disconnect is right.
This isn't just about the championships.
The most talented player doesn't always win.
Jabbar was the best player of his generation. The guys up until 1980, before the media was voting for league MVP, the players were voting. They were voting for Jabbar every year. Jabbar was the MVP, and when he gets to the NBA championship, yes, he had faltered during that time, Ron. So when you're talking about we only do this for James, no, we don't only do this for James, Ron. Moses Malone ate Jabbar lunch in the finals. He didn't beat him. He ate his lunch. You understand me what I'm telling you? He destroyed him in the NBA championship. And not only did he destroy him in the championship, they swept him out of the finals. Goodbye. See you later. Now, we still looked at Jabbar at that point like he still was the best big in the game. Even though Moses destroyed him, killed him in the playoffs, but he still dominated all the way up until that point. He still is the oldest guy in NBA history. He still is the oldest guy in NBA history to win the Finals MVP. He still is, I think he's an 11-time All-League defender. Yeah, oldest kid. He's 38 years old when he won Finals MVP. Nobody has done that before or since him.
Wow.
No, nobody did that. So he was the best player of his generation. He did dominate. He did have the longevity, right? Now, the winning part, he did have circumstances that didn't go his way, but did go his way. That did help. Same thing happened with James. Same thing happened with Jordan. Same thing happened with Bill Russell. Same thing happened with Chamberlain. Same thing happened with Bryant. I mean, I can run down all of these guys that have had mishaps, but also dominated and were awesome for a long time. So it's not, I don't think it's just the championships, but winning absolutely matters. I'm not going to argue that point.
When Kareem was at his best and his most dominant, which is to me the 70s, he won 1 championship. So to me, the point of me saying that, Chill, is because Ron said that if you're so great, if you're so dominant, it should lead to rings and championships, multiple. That's what he said. And the reason why I'm bringing up Kareem is because Kareem is Ron's GOAT. And so during Ron's GOAT reign as the clear best player in the world, he only won 1 chip, yet he's your GOAT. So these things are matching up. So which one is it?
Real talk. It is both. It is both.
There's a Harbor Freight store in your neighborhood, so stop by, neighbor.
Real cocktails. Perfectly mixed.
Come on.
My thing is, like, I don't understand why this is so hard for you guys to comprehend. If you get to a championship and you lead your team to the championship and you get there and underperform or don't perform to the standard that you should, I have to not look at you as well as I look at these other guys that get there and win. Now, I know what you're saying. There were years where Kareem was the best in the league and he didn't win a ring. Well, buddy, kind of talking about Bron, too.
Just
a bunch of years in there where Bron was the best. I'm saying, but there are a bunch of years where LeBron was the best player in the league.
Probably the best player in the league from 09 to 18. He made the finals in 7 of those years.
Yes,
Ron, your stance.
But there's still years where he didn't make the finals.
Ron, your stance
Kareem was
on
the best
Jabbar
player in the
is-
league from like 1970.
I can give you
to
2011. I
1980,
can't give you any.
And he made the finals 3 times.
And Ron, your
2009, 2010.
Yeah, I said, yeah, those 2
2017,
years, and then he made it every other
2018.
year. Yeah, he made the finals all of those other years. It was 09 and 10, he didn't make it. Then from 11 to 18, he made it every year. Kareem was the best player from the jump until 1980.
84.
He made the finals, makes it even worse. He made the finals in 1971, 1974, and 1980. And if you want to go all the way to 84, he also missed the finals in 81. Like, he was missing the finals more. So, like, what kind of argument is that? That's
I
still...
don't know what the hell going on, bro. But it's feel like something good. But I got practice and I got game on Saturday. 2 games on Saturday. I got Lock, the Freak, and I'm done yet. My fault. I don't know why I just said that.
Doesn't help.
Well, that's not my argument, Mars. I'm just wondering how dope Kareem was.
That's why I'm telling your big ass to stay out of here and let Ron.
No, because this don't got nothing to do with Ron. This don't got nothing to do with Ron. This is about Kareem. That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying. You want to cook Ron, cook his skinny ass. But we gonna put some respect on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's all I'm saying.
Which is fair.
But like, okay. Once again, back to my original point. All of this was to praise LeBron, by the way. LeBron's greatness changed the way we discuss greatness because he was so great. It didn't have to follow the strict criteria that people have had historically. But then also back to the Kareem stuff. If Kareem is your GOAT, but then you're holding like the finals losses and whatnot against LeBron, which is fine, whatever. Kareem in his own right has 4 finals losses. So we also need to like make that abundantly clear. And if the bar is like winning and dominating and being the best, Real Talk has a very valid point. I'll say Kareem was the best player on 3 of his championship teams. In 1971, 1980, and 1982. I would say he was the best player on 3 of his championship teams. I think most people would agree he was the best player on 3 of his championship teams. That would mean for another 3 championships, he wasn't the best player on his team. But yet we're attributing 6 championships to him and saying LeBron didn't win enough because he has 4.
Was Magic better than him in 82 or just played better?
Well, I said Kareem was the best in 82. I said that.
Yeah, you said Kareem was the best in 82.
So, like, if we're looking at it from that lens, it's like, how are you getting GOAT praise for being the second best player on your own team? Like, championship or not? Forget the championship. How are you getting greatest player ever praise for being the second best player on your team? How does that... Same argument I made earlier. Because you can't be the greatest of all time if you're not the greatest at your position. You damn sure can't be the greatest player of all time if you're not the best player on your team.
Mars, come on.
That's a genuine.
What do you mean? Come on. I know. Dude was 35.
In 2015, LeBron was the best player in the series.
That's fine. I agree. It was older Kareem. Cool. So then why are you holding these championships to the pedestal of 6 rings?
Because he wasn't sitting on the end of the
best player on his team.
Because he was putting in work. That's why. Like, yes, Magic was great. Yeah, Magic was great. Yeah, Magic was great. But Kareem wasn't playing.
And this is the thing. We're getting misconstrued. Kareem was playing great. No one's arguing Kareem was still really good.
Correct.
We're talking about being the greatest ever.
Yes.
Different bar. Playing well and playing like the greatest ever. 2 different bars. Was Kareem still playing well in 1985? Yes, he actually won Finals MVP in 85.
Yep.
Oldest Finals MVP ever. Was Kareem still playing really well in 1986? Yes. Was Kareem still playing well in 1987, especially for his age? Sure, for his age, he was playing great. Cool. But we're talking about being the greatest player ever, not the greatest player ever.
At that moment in time, he wasn't the greatest player ever.
Okay, so we're talking about
like that adds to his GOAT case. That I was 35 playing at this level. That I was 37 contributing on the championship team.
Kareem's championship years, he wasn't playing like the greatest ever. So I will ask you, if Kareem in 1985, 1986, 1987, 1988, all the way till he retired, if Kareem was tasked with, he was on a different team, he was asked to be the best player on his team. And we all know that version of Kareem as the best player on his team, he ain't winning no championships. Doesn't take a genius to figure that out. He's not.
Hey, it's your boy Flex of Money. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Look at this.
So he would only have 3 championships now. Because let's say he wins the championship in 71, he's the best player on his team. Wins the championship in 80, he's the best player on his team. Wins the championship in 82, he's the best player on his team. Then after that, he's tasked with still being the best player on his team. So he's on a different roster where Kareem is the best player. And obviously, doesn't take a genius to figure out not winning championships with 38-year-old Kareem as your best player on the team. So he only has 3 championships in his career. Are you still calling him the GOAT?
If he only has 3, no.
Yes. Okay. So with that being said, that means Kareem is being called the GOAT for winning championships as not the best player on his team.
Spun into something nasty. This is getting spun. No, because if LeBron won a championship, because if LeBron won a championship this year with Luka, nobody would say, "Oh, this championship doesn't count." LeBron winning the Luka.
That's not what you're doing, though, Ron. That's not what you're doing, Ron.
Nobody would say that. Nobody would say that.
No one said. I didn't even say Kareem's championship didn't count. What I said was we're talking about being the greatest, and we're saying being the best player on your team, you can't be the greatest if you're not even the best player on your team. So I'm saying if the bar for Kareem being the GOAT is half of his championships where he's not even the best player on his team, would you still call him the GOAT if he only had the championships in which he was the best player on his team? And also, best believe if the Lakers were to win this year and Luke is the best player on the Lakers, LeBron fans will definitely say, "Oh, look at LeBron winning championships at 41 for sure." LeBron fans
do I gotta still stay out of this?
But a large group of people will still say this doesn't make up ground in the MJ debate when LeBron wins 1 championship as not the best player on his team. That's not going to put him over Michael Jordan when MJ won 6 as the best player on his team. That's what a lot of people will say.
But it helps his resume. It doesn't hurt his resume.
Yeah, I'm not saying Kareem's resume is hurt.
We're not going to say LeBron was the 2 on the championship. Oh my God, let's move him back. No, it helps.
He's not going to give up. He's being the greatest,
right, and this is all because you think Kareem is greater than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan won 6 rings as the best player on his team all 6 times. Well, I'm gonna leave Bill Russell out of this again. Ops notwithstanding, everyone else thinks Michael Jordan won 6 rings being the best player on his team all 6 times. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did not do that. Yet you were still comfortable saying Kareem is the best player of all time, which is fine. But then you're putting all this value on championships and saying for LeBron that him not winning means all is a detriment. He's not playing well. That's what he said. He said not playing well should dock you. And I would argue Kareem wasn't playing well in the finals when they won in 87, but they won.
When he was
for the standard of GOAT.
Wait. Okay, say that, Moss. Say that right there.
Yeah, like okay. I'm always talking to a GOAT standard. That's the conversation here. But the standard is GOAT standard. Kareem in 87 was not playing at a GOAT standard, but won a championship.
Of course he wasn't.
So if we're talking about that,
just like you see, I never brought up 2007. Because it's once again, we know LeBron was.
LeBron didn't play well. You should.
No, we know he was, but we know he was in year 4.
But he didn't play well.
I brought him. He don't get that year 4 bill against Detroit though, because he bust their ass. So you can't just go crazy.
LeBron by a lot of people is called the best player in the world in 07.
Right, and then in San Antonio, you get that bill.
LeBron didn't play well in 07.
He cooked that whole Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, LeBron didn't play well in the 07
LeBron didn't win in 07 because
LeBron didn't play well in the 2011 finals. Like, so yeah, well, no one's and I'm not arguing the Cavs should have beat the Spurs because this is why it's more than winning and losing. It should be about how you play. LeBron in 07, regardless of if he plays well or badly, more than likely the Spurs are going to win the series. More than likely. But LeBron didn't play well.
I agree.
That should be the problem. The elephant in the room should not be that, oh, look, the Cavs lost. That's one of LeBron's finals losses. Mm-hmm. It should be LeBron played poorly in the finals. That's a problem. In 2011, if for whatever reason, the 2011 finals happens, right? And let's assume D-Wade doesn't hurt. I think it was his hip he hurt. And the Heat win that series with LeBron playing just as badly as he did. You don't then just be like, oh, look, LeBron, 5 champions. No, LeBron played badly. So we should.
But they will, though, Mars. They will.
But they shouldn't. I'm saying they shouldn't. LeBron played badly.
That's important.
If LeBron doesn't play well in 2011, same as he did in real life, LeBron in the 2011 finals still plays just badly. And let's say Dirk has a worse series. So Dirk doesn't play as great. And the Heat now win the series. That doesn't elevate LeBron. It shouldn't elevate LeBron. LeBron didn't play well. That's not a bolster to LeBron's legacy or his greatness. Yes, they won the championship.
Well, wait, Mars,
that shouldn't help.
That would 100% bolster his legacy.
No. It shouldn't. I'm not saying it wouldn't. I'm saying it shouldn't.
But it should. It should because just wait. Listen to why I'm saying it should. Because there's more to winning the championship than just that finals. You know what I'm saying? There was the playoffs before that. There was the 82 games before that. Because what we do a lot in these insane GOAT conversations. I want y'all to understand that these top 10 conversations, these GOAT conversations are absolutely insane. They're ridiculous, okay? The top 10, like when we do, oh, this person's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that shit is nuts, okay? It's crazy to have that conversation with all these amazing basketball players. But I want to get that off first. But now, I want to also bring up the fact that if you don't win the championship in these GOAT conversations, we just throw the whole damn season away. Like that's crazy. That is outrageous.
I agree with what you said. There is more to the year than the finals. So Bron played well in the 2011 season. I think he was the MVP. So I do think the 2011 season, and in totality, should still be added to his legacy resume because he was still the best player in the league. All of that stuff.
Right.
But when it comes to the winning championships part, win or lose the 2011 finals, Bron didn't play well. That's the problem.
Right.
If Bron plays well in the 2011 finals and they still lose to Dallas, they still lost. Like that, the point shouldn't be win or lose. It should be how do you play. If you lose in the first round, Michael Jordan against Boston in '86, played great. They got swept. Yep. But Michael Jordan played great. And guess what? Rightfully so. That's used to praise Michael Jordan. Exactly. Had the playoff scoring record in that game. He was dominant, averaged like 44 a game in that series. Michael Jordan was great. And rightfully so, should be praised for his performance. If we're talking about the greatest player of all time, the only thing, in my opinion, that should matter is how well you play the sport of basketball. And obviously, the greatest players are going to win because A, franchises are going to build good teams around great players. That's our obligation. And B, great players are going to be able to raise team ceiling to a level that non-great players can. Exactly. If they play well, you're going to raise your team ceiling to a level where you're probably going to win a championship or come close to it. That's what great players do. So I'm not saying winning means nothing. What I'm saying is your individual performance and how it impacts your team is what should matter. And if LeBron is playing poorly in series like 07, like 2011, he should be criticized for it. But if LeBron plays well in series and loses like 2015, like 2017, like 2018, and still loses, that's not an indictment on LeBron. That shouldn't be an indictment on LeBron. You played well. The problem should be when you play badly. The problem should be win or lose when you play badly. Right. The problem should be win or lose if you play well. Like that's how it should work.
And to
judge the player.
And to Ron, and to your point, when guys do play bad, we need to talk about that from every standpoint, not just one guy. Like you said, Bron is the only one that gets bailed. No, there's plenty of guys who have played bad. Despite them playing bad, they still won. Despite them playing bad, they still were able to. They were Jason Tatum. They ended up prime example. Miles, we could keep going. Jason Tatum, Jabbar. Jabbar wasn't great in them 80. Like we see Jabbar win the finals MVP in 85. Just so you know, Ron, he wasn't great in them playoffs. He wasn't. He was good. In terms of GOAT standard, he was good. I'd like to know by a show of hands of people up here, if we had a team where the best player on that team went 9 for 35 and 4 for 17, and they still won, will we still be talking about that dude like, yo, he was awesome? Because we did that with Jordan.
It depends.
Because we did that with Jordan in '97 when they beat the Heat in the Eastern Conference Championship. Because he wasn't great in that series.
No, it depends.
What's not? But we talked about him like he was.
But chill. What you're doing right now, that's what's up. But you got to understand, chill. What you're doing is holding people accountable, and you're requiring Mars. What you just said, chill. What you just said, real talk. What you've been saying. Ron, what you was talking about, Damien, Jay, you guys are requiring people to watch basketball.
Yes.
You have to.
Like, that should be the prerequisite to talk about basketball.
Yes. That's not a thing, Mars. That's not a thing. Like,
that's why I'm speaking basketball utopia. The prerequisite to talk about something should be to watch the thing you're talking about. You want to talk about basketball? Watch it. You want to talk about the 2015 finals? Watch the series. You shouldn't just be going on Basketball Reference, reading box scores and saying what happened in the 2015 finals when you don't know. There's certain series that I haven't watched. I won't talk about certain series I haven't watched. I'll talk about things I have watched. I'll talk about players I've watched. There's some players I still haven't got around to watching every player in NBA history. Spoiler alert. So there's some players when a conversation will come up about them, I'll just stay quiet or I'll say I haven't watched them. People feel the need to talk about things they don't know. And I'm not saying you need to know everything, but what I'm saying is you should watch the things you're trying to talk about. There's people in the world right now who talk about the current draft prospects, the 2026 draft. They ain't watch no college basketball.
No.
They haven't watched nothing from Darren Peterson.
And
they haven't watched nothing from Cam Boozer or AJ. But they talking about him. Why? What led you to want to talk about things you don't see?
Talking about it. I've always said that. And to your point, Ron, I'll be honest with you. In 1985, after game 1 of the NBA Finals, I thought Jabbar was over. I was like, there's no way that it can recover from this. I thought he was finished. And I thought the Lakers were going to lose again. He was nothing less than awful. I was like, oh, shit, it's over for them. But then he turned it on and just started getting busy.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app for Space 44. Guys, Nina just built an app.
And if you guys remember, in 2020, in games 1 and 2, when AD was their best player, there was conversation starting then about, hey, if the Lakers go on to win this series, does it actually help or hurt LeBron? Those conversations were happening when AD started the series really well in 2020.
That was absolutely. So yes, 100% going on. Matter of fact, y'all smell that?
What's that?
Oh shit.
That's that. We done burnt this nigga. God damn! Somebody get Ron out the oven.
No. That was not real talk. The only point that you made was that Kareem won 3 championships with another guy who's in the GOAT conversation. That like Kobe won championships with another guy that was in the GOAT conversation. Tim Duncan won championships with multiple Hall of Famers. Like that. That really isn't all of that spectacular of a point. Like guys, spoiler alert. Steph Curry wasn't the best on his team, and he's top 10 right now. According to you guys, he wasn't the best on 2 championships, and he's still top 10 right now.
Who's you guys?
What does that mean?
Top 10.
Hey, Magic Johnson won. If that's according to you guys, if that's the case, Magic Johnson won 3 of his 2 of his championships, and he wasn't the best on his team. He's still top 10. What does that mean? Like that doesn't. Spoiler alert once again.
Top 10 and the GOAT isn't the same thing. We're talking about different bars right now.
Okay,
very different bars.
But here's the thing, though. You guys' bar is your bar. I don't knock a guy for playing with another top 5 player or another top 10 player, and that top 10 player being better than them. It is a top 10 player of all time. We all know these seasons can fluctuate. You know what? LeBron James could have played with Steph Curry, and it could have been seasons where Steph Curry outplayed LeBron, and it could have been finals and series where Steph Curry outplayed LeBron. Does that mean that we're going to put Steph Curry above LeBron?
Why are you mad at LeBron James when he's losing in 2017 and 2018 to 2 of the 3 best players in the world?
I never brought up 17 or 18 throughout this conversation.
In the league, he lost to the 2 best players in the one of the top 5 best players at that time in the league. Not in the world, in the league.
Conversation at all, the same way I didn't bring up 07. The only years that I brought up for LeBron were the 2 Heat years where I believe he should have won he should have 4-peated with the Heat. Those are the only years I brought up. I didn't bring up no Cavs. I didn't bring up no Cavs championships.
2014 was the same Wade and Bosh he was playing with in 2011.
No, you know what I think?
I think Bosh was still great.
No, Bosh started to get healthy.
What about Wade?
Wade in the finals couldn't jump over a piece of paper in 2014. Patty Mills outscored him in games 4 and 5.
Yeah, I think Wade was pretty much done. Yeah, I think Wade was pretty much over. The knee situation for him was no good. But my thing is back to like Mark said, because I think this is more praise than Bron. Bron was that good, bro. Bron was that good. Where I think they still got close to winning though. You know what I mean? That's my saying. Bron had great performances. Yeah, they lost in 14. They lost in 11. 11 was no good for Bron, but 12, 13, 14. I still think Bron was still great. So I mean, we all know Bron was still great. That's not a hot take. You know what I mean?
To your point, Mars, I think that being the greatest player of your era, I mean, I use it the same way. Did you dominate? How awesome were you? Right? And how long were you awesome? Were you only awesome for 5 minutes? Were you awesome for an hour? I mean, how long were you awesome? And when you're talking about guys like Bill Russell and Chamberlain, they were awesome for that entire decade, right? Those were the guys. And then you move to the 70s. From 1969-70, when Jabbar showed up until 1980, he was the best player of that decade. No question about it. When you move from 1980 to 1990, it was Magic and Jabbar, and it was Bird, Magic and Bird. I'm sorry, I apologize. Okay. It was Bird and Magic, and then Magic eventually, in my opinion, I feel like he surpassed him. But it was those two guys. There were plenty of guys who were in that era who were awesome. Jordan was awesome. Dominique Wilkins was awesome, right? Bird, all of those guys were awesome. But I felt like it was Magic and Bird during that time, and the winning didn't matter. When you move into the 1990s, it was Jordan, it was Olajuwon. But then it was Jordan. Then people started to have conversations about Malone, which I don't think was much of a conversation, but people started to have it. But it was Jordan, then everybody else. When you're talking about dominating and being the best player of a generation, that was him. When we get to the 2000s, to your point, from 2000 to 2010, it gets tricky because it's Duncan. I mean, it's Shaq. Then it's Duncan. Then it's Bryant. Then it's Duncan. I mean, it could be one of these three guys in my estimation. When you get then when you get from 2010 to 2020, I think it's James and I think it's everybody else. As good as Kevin Durant was, as good as Steph Curry was, I think it's James. I think it's James and I think it's everybody else. Now we're at a point where what kind of conversation are we having about both Joker and Giannis? Like,
if you brought up Olajuwon from Michael Jordan in the 90s, you have to bring up Steph for 22.
Thank you, real talk.
Yeah, but he said Jordan.
You have to.
He said Jordan.
Wait a minute. No, he said in the 90s it was Jordan, and then he brought up the Hakeem comp for the 90s era. So to then say in the 2010s it's LeBron and nobody else.
It was
Steph Curry is stacking championships.
Okay, it was Steph Curry. It was Steph Curry. But I still think that there was a gap.
Curry only won
just like it was Jordan, just like it was Olajuwon, but I still think that there was a gap between Olajuwon and
the same
Jordan.
gap.
Oh yeah, I can hear that. Yeah. I agree. LeBron was better than Steph Curry, but Steph Curry has to be brought up in the 20s, and Kevin Durant. To be honest with you, both of them, in my opinion,
half of the decade. Yeah, half of the decade.
Yeah. What half of the?
All right, fellas.
KD,
Bro, you gonna
start
KD. Them 2 rings was KD's team, though. I know that. We talking about Curry. I know. He wasn't the best player on his team. 2017, 2018, he was not better than fucking. 2019, he was not better than freaking Kevin Durant.
KD was the second best player in the league from the beginning of the decade. Until
So I think it might be. Well, Steph started winning from 2015. Like, he really broke out at 2015. But KD was good the whole time, man.
Yeah, they was in the NBA championship every year. Ron, remember when I told you go back and do some homework on James in 2009? So Ron, when you get an opportunity, I want you to go back.
I was there. Right, I don't need to.
But
that's like you telling me go do my homework in 2019.
This is what I'm asking you. Okay, so if you were there, this is what I'm asking you. This what I'm asking you.
Maybe you wouldn't get cooked like you just did.
This what I'm asking. Because Ron, I know how you feel about
the poll.
Right, I know how you feel about Jabbar, and to be honest,
let's get a poll in the chat.
I'm very high on Jabbar. Ron, go back and go dig up some film because there's film available. Go back and watch the '83 finals when they went up against Philadelphia. I want you to go back and I want you to watch.
You trying to watch Kareem get bullied? That's crazy.
I do. I want, and the reason why I want you to do that, Ron, is because the point that you brought up about him, like we only do this for James, and we don't have the. And also, I want you to go dig up some more film from Jabbar in '85 and what the narrative on him was. He's old. He doesn't have it anymore. Before they ended up winning that series, he was old. He doesn't have it anymore. He stuck around too long. Like the same thing that you talk about with James, the same thing was going on with Jabbar. The same thing. I promise you that.
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. Where the check go smoke and the host go ham. You ain't never seen hoops out hit the raw. Every take got weight every night.
Good debates.
We drop.
If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Then they got another. No, I'm not reading. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe. If you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. I ain't gonna lie, I low-key what I was paying attention, but at the same time I wasn't. No, I was listening, so I was paying attention. It might look like I wasn't a little, but I was paying attention. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. It's your boy Flex Money. Peace. Peace. Peace.